Okay, so I'm going to go through, I already went through a transaction and I've got other videos on how to do that. I've just come to this point where I've created my commissions tab. In this case, I just did it as a listing. Doesn't matter, listing, buyer, lease, tenant, whatever. It's pretty much all this. The only difference with leases is I believe the offers and commissions is just a commissions tab. But this payment section still works the same with the same options. And what I want to do is go through each one of those options and where you would use them when it's appropriate. Go through every setting so you know what they would be used for. So let's start with add another agent. Now, this is where you would split a deal with another agent that's not capped. So if you're going in a deal together and the other agent is not capped, you would add them this way. So right now, 100% of the commission is going to Michelle. If we wanted to add Melanie, and we have 0.5, calculate commission, 4,500, save changes. So basically, what I did was I added Melanie on the deal, and I was just going to do it as a 50-50 split. But you'll notice a problem because we have one extra step. I've added Melanie on the deal. I'm going to give her 0.5. 4,500 is 50% of the total commission. However, the agent gross commission is still showing 9,000, or it all going to Michelle. And if you come to the right-hand side, you'll see pay to agents 11,540. Well, if I submit this, I'm going to get an error because the total commission is only 9,000. So I've given 50% to Melanie. I now just need to edit Michelle, edit agent payment and calculate. Change that to 0.5 and calculate. And then save the changes. Now, I just did it with these unit numbers. If you know the specific dollar amount that you're going to be splitting with, the other agent or agents, you can just put that in here. I was just using the agent units, but you can put in the specific dollar amount and save it. It works the exact same way. But we have 50% going to Michelle, 50% going to Melanie. Again, you would use this when splitting a deal with another agent that is not capped. You would also use it as part of a team if you were adding your rainmaker to the deal and then adding yourself as a deduction to getting paid. And I'll cover that in a little bit. I'll show how to do the deduction and things like that. But that's this option here is just to add another agent from within our market center. Now, again, if you're on a team, you would do the exact same thing regardless of being capped or not. So what I mean by that is, let's just say Michelle, she's on this team, but Melanie is the rainmaker. Then you would have 100%, so one whole unit going to her, and then you would remove Michelle, and then you would put yourself as a deduction under Melanie. But I will show how to do a deduction later on. But I just want to show that this option here, that's what it's used for, to add another agent to the deal. But we'll remove Melanie and we will start it from fresh so I can move on to the next option. Okay, so this add a co-broker payment. This, I want you to do me a huge favor. Pretend it doesn't exist. I know that it's there, and it's most agents will commonly use it because I know it says add a co-broker. Agents will commonly use this option to add another broker, like you were given the deal from another brokerage and you're giving part of your commission to that other brokerage. So they add using that option. However, it is not the correct way because it takes the payment out incorrectly, and it just adds a lot of confusion and frustration. So that's why I want to show how to do it properly. First thing you need to do is just forget that exists. If I've gotten a deal from Southwest and I need to split a deal with them, then basically how I would do that is I will come down, have the payment going 100% to me, then I edit the agent payment, and I'll come down, I'll go to these extra payment options, and I will go through each of these, but I'm sticking with outside referral. This is where I would I can either put in if I know I'm giving like 30%, or if I know I'm giving a specific amount, I can just type in whatever it is. I would put in their information that I would find out beforehand. Again, I'm just making this up. Their brokerage company name, I'll just put KW Southwest, whatever it is. Any agents there? Oh, I can't think of anyone. So let's just say the agent there, Aaron, if there is. And you would put in their address. And phone number, I believe it is. Then you don't need the email, just the phone. Anything with like the red asterisk is what you need. And add it. And then save it. So that is the correct way to add an outside referral or broker, whatever you want to call it. That's the correct way. You do not use this option. You see the agent commission is now, net pay has gone down because we have that $3,000 outside referral going to Aaron, and then accounting will see where it's coming from or where it's going and go from there. But that's what that option is for. So let's just edit. Let's remove Aaron, make it all go back to how it was. Okay, so that's how you do an outside referral. Now, inside referral. Basically, that's the next option. If we go down to the extra payment options, I may as well work from the bottom up because it did outside. Inside referral. This is where you would add another agent who is capped. If they're another agent, again, from within the office. So it's the same as the add another agent option I showed below, I showed earlier. But like I said, that's if you're splitting the deal with someone who's not capped. If your fellow agent you're doing the deal with is capped, then the inside referral is the option you would use. And you would put in the specific amount. Again, I'm just making these numbers up. And then we would search. I'll just use Melanie again. And again, it will search for agents only within our market center, and we add it, and then we save it. Now we have payment breakdown. We have Michelle. She's getting agent gross commission. The net pay has now dropped because we have the inside referral of $1,000 going to Melanie. It's that simple. This is where you would add the agent again if they are capped. So we will edit agent, we will remove Melanie, and we will start fresh. So basically, next, what was next? We'll pull up the next one. Deduction. So deduction is when you would use a deduction if you were paying an assistant, a TC, Rainmaker, Close Ready, Leverage Lab. You know, if you were doing anything that you want to deduct out of your income, that's what you would use in those examples. Like if I had an assistant, if I was using Leverage Lab, which if you're not familiar is a program that Keller Williams offers that will do all this sort of stuff for you, that will add themselves as a deduction. But if I was paying an assistant on the deal, you know, I'd put in, I don't know, however much I was paying her. So let's just say 300. You know, you don't need the tax ID information. You just put in description, you know, pay to agent, pay to assistant, pay to TC, whatever the reason is for. You would put their name. Again, let's just make one up and just put Allison. You know, put in the address, which is here. Put this in here and add. And that's how you would do a deduction. save the changes, obviously. And it pretty much lines up, or it pretty much shows exactly how the outside referral, the way it worked was over on the right-hand side, we have the pay to agents, we have the other deductions, and then within the edit agent payment, it shows the pay to assistant deduction under additional deductions. So that's when you would use that. Very simple. Save the changes, and then we'll go back. Now, a concession, I know there is some confusion among agents because what used to happen, and there's no need to do this anymore. This was a bug within Command that has now been fixed. But if you had a concession to your buyer, to your seller, whatever the case may be, I believe it was just adding a note here, saving it, and then submitting it. But you don't need to do that now because edit agent payment, this option here, concession, now works. So you would put in the amount that you're giving. You know, I've seen some in, you know, quite significant, some little, so let's just say it's 1,000, whatever it is. And then you would fill out these options here. You generally leave them blank, or if you know the specifics. If not, you can always ask accounting. We add it, and then we save it. Now we have the $1,000 concession in the breakdown, and it's there. So that's how you would add a concession. Please do not add notes here anymore. There is no need to, because this concession now works. It links with this transaction. It just automates a lot more on the back end. That will help. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it so we can show some of the other options. Save it. Now, there is this last option that will very rarely be used, and it's just a bonus. And I'll be honest with you, that's how rare it is. I can't even think of an example of the last time I had an agent use this. I do know that it has been used, but the agent knew that they were going to be adding it as a bonus. I just can't think of any reasons why, because it is so uncommon to use. So I say that if you're going to use the bonus option, you know what you're doing and you know why you're using it. I don't want to give any misinformation, but I'll just say that that's an option that is very rarely used, but it's there. So if you know what you're doing, you know why you have it, why you're using it, then great. It's simply just putting in the amount, and that's it really, just saving it, and then it will add what it needs to. So basically, that is pretty much all of the options within Command that you can select. So just a quick recap, add another agent is what you would use when splitting a deal with someone within the market center who is not capped. Edit agent payment, add item. Outside referral would be used for anyone outside the broker to pay that brokerage and an agent. You do not use add co-broker payment. Please just ignore that. Use it as an outside referral. Inside referral, again, splitting a deal with a fellow agent within our office who is capped. That's where you would use that. A deduction, just paying an assistant, team, transaction coordinator, rain, make, close, ready, leverage lab, just any deduction off your pay, that's where you would add it. And a concession, which now works, no need to add anything in the notes. That's the box you would use if you're giving a buyer or a seller a concession, anything like that. And a bonus. Again, very, very, very specific and very rarely used. So if you know what you're doing, you will add it there. But if not, it will just get ignored on 99% of transactions. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, it allows you here to add any amounts into the KW cares or anything like that. It will also ask you when you go to submit if you want to put any money in there as well. So it kind of asks you twice. But I do believe that is all the options I've gone through. If you have any questions or further confusion, I know this video was a lot of information. You probably need to watch it several times, and it's specific for each option, but at least it's here and you can watch as many times as you want. So thank you again. Any questions, contact me at support@kwaustonnw.com. Thank you.